down a little bit on that so I can see all the
All
players.
right. Yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Season 9 of the WDL. This is the pre-draft show, and in about 45 minutes, we'll be starting the actual draft. As usual, the draft has been hosted by myself, Human Bones, along with Alt Stab, and today we're joined by the faceless version of Ralphus. You can see our
Thanks.
little template here for, um, yeah, so I think we have a lot to talk about because the last time we were on here, we said we would do this more often, and then we didn't. So, yeah, so last season was fun. The one thing that I really enjoyed about it was, I think if I remember correctly, we had 41 free agents, and a lot of them were new. A lot of them had never played in the WDL before, and luckily, there's like a select group of them that continued over into this season. And there's even some players that in the past didn't have much of a chance to break through and make a difference for their team, and they're coming back too. They were able to do that last season. They're coming back this season. Um, we've also got two first-time captains. So why don't I just kick it off? We'll go through the captain list. We'll talk a little bit about that, and we'll jump into the players. So the captains this season: Alt Stab. This will be his 8th season captaining. We got Disparel. This will be his first season, and if I'm not correct, is this now maybe the first time we've had someone from not the United States captaining, or Canada? Is some first time we've had a European captain?
Yeah, it's the first time we've had someone on the other side of the ocean because we've had South Americans before, but
Yep.
yeah, and he's not technically a European, so we still have not had a European captain.
No, that's true. Yeah, you're right. But I mean, yes, which is pretty exciting because I think that really opens us up. I think the biggest problem before maybe was scheduling, but now everyone's busy, so you just kind of going with captains that you think are going to be reliable. So, right, Alt Stab to Sparrow, Human Bones. This is my 6th season. Ralphus, 9th season captaining.
Mm-hmm.
Razor, Razor
On
is
a
a first
streak.
time captain. Ross King, 3rd season. Ty is back with us once again. This is his 2nd season. And Zakin makes a return. This is overall his 4th season. So there's 2 people there I wanted to talk a little bit about. Let's jump into Razor. So maybe to a few people, Razor was a surprising choice considering some of the other people that have captained in the past. But what I really liked about playing with and against Razor is, I mean, his skill to me, is a little bit more advanced than you would come to expect from somebody that hadn't played in the WDL before. I think he's a really smart player, and I mean, even in Prive, whether you take it seriously or not, or if this is his way of communicating with people, but he's always kind of trying to work on something. Um, so I actually like the choice. I think it's always good to give people a chance to pick their own teams and see what they've got. I don't know what you guys think about that. Stab disappeared.
Yeah, he
Um,
left, so it's just
so
uh,
Ralph, I don't know what you think about
yeah. So Razor, I'll give him credit. He stepped up. He said, "I'm going to do it," and in a time where nobody else would step up and do it, especially a lot of like longtime vets. We kept asking and asking. Nobody said yes. So yeah, I mean he has my full support. I think he'll do well.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is just fine. I mean, I did sort of something similar in season 2. I was a 4th in the first season, and then I became a captain. And I don't know. I feel like Razor has more skill than I probably did at that point. So, assuming that he's got the right attitude and stuff, and he wanted to cap. We didn't have to force him or anything. Like he seemed very comfortable with the idea. So I see no reason to not give him a shot, and I'm excited to kind of see what he does.
Yeah, I definitely think he'll do well. And one of my early predictions, I'll throw it out there: his team will make the playoffs.
Wow.
Well, let's see. And the other person I wanted to talk about was Zakin, and we don't need to delve into stuff that happened in the past, but Zakin rejoined us last season, and he's been pretty much a model citizen since then, and he was actually able to win last season. He won with caution and infer. So this is Zakin's first foray back into captaining in a couple seasons. I always thought that he was a very good drafter. He's able to put together good teams, and he clearly knows what he's doing when it comes to positioning and handling the crazy shit that happens during games. So I'm actually excited for him. I hope he's able to improve on what happened in the past, and I would give him a pretty good shot this season too.
Yeah, he's had some good drafts. So he's familiar with the whole format and everything, and has already shown that he can do it successfully. We just did a little tournament after the season, like a 1-day manual return CTF tournament, and he did really well there. Got second place. I mean, he lost to me. There's no shame in that. So
I think there is.
Yeah, I've felt a lot of shame from that
Oh, yeah?
before.
Yeah, you think so? All
Yeah.
right, motherfucker. 0-8, about to be 0-9. I'll see to it. And anyway, but yeah, I think Zakin fits what you want in a captain. Knows how to draft, high skill player. And he's dedicated to the community and stuff. And so yeah, I think he should do good.
Yep. And
Yeah.
what about the Sparrow here? Unless you got some more stuff to say about Zach. And I don't
No.
have much to say.
Disparrow again. Disparrow is somebody that I actually first came into contact with probably like a year and a half, 2 years ago. We played in the Sandronum League, and he was my captain. We all know, we've all seen him play. I mean, he's a really great player, but he is a good captain too. I mean, he understands the maps, he understands how people play, he knows how to captain the team, and that's not necessarily an easy thing all the time. So I'm pretty excited about it, and especially just because we're kind of opening up the captaining reins to some people other than just English-speaking white Americans. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Wait, were blacks excluded?
I mean, yeah.
Previously?
What about Ty? I mean, he's been.
Well, okay, Ty's back, yes, but for the most part,
All
that's
right,
what I'm saying.
All right,
sure.
you're painting us in a really weird light right now. But
Anyway,
anyway,
I'm just gonna move on from this. So, but the interesting thing about these three, is they're coming in, and Caution is not captaining this season. So Caution won the last 2 seasons, so we won't be seeing a three-peat. So the door is kind of wide open for another captain to come in and have a little power shift of their own. So
Yep.
I'm excited about Sparrow.
Yeah, me too. Another high skilled player. I don't know what the drafting is like did he captain in that other league, the GDA?
He did, yeah.
Okay. And I don't know how he did there, but he has experience. I think they have the same draft format that we do. So, I don't think there should be any surprises there. He knows the league and the players. So, yeah, and another high skilled player. So I see no reason he can't be successful.
Yeah, I think he'll do well. High fragger, despite his ping. I don't know what his mic usage is, but I'm sure that he's good enough. He's from one of the wealthy Arab countries, so I'm sure he speaks fine English.
He does.
Unlike Daston.
What? Who's there? I'm Zakin.
What? We know who you are.
Well, just in case there's any confusion, Zakin is now joining us for the pre-draft show. He said he would be a little late.
Oh, yeah. I literally just got here. What's going on, everybody?
Zakin, we were talking about the captains, yourself included. Mostly the newer ones. I mean, Disparrow, Razor, And this is the first time you've captained in a couple seasons, so I don't know if you want to touch on
Uh,
those people.
yeah, sure. Sparrow, he has been. Oh, is my mic working, by the way? I don't know
Yes,
if it is.
it is.
Okay, all right, good. So Sparrow has been a captain for like Zendronum leagues before, like Dragons IFL, GFA, and my GDA included. And even though he's a captain for the WDL for the first time, I believe that he's already got a bunch of experience on his belt. I think he's pretty capable. As for Razor, like I was not. I I don't think many were expecting Razor to become a captain, but I'm genuinely excited because Razor is. I would dare say that Razor is one of the most dedicated players right now. Like it could be like, let's say 3 in the morning in the US, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, yo, we should prive," even when there's like nobody around. And I like that commitment. So, uh,
Youth and
so I
unemployment,
think,
man.
yeah, he's a high school boy, so he's got a lot of free time in his hands. Not that it's a bad thing, of course, but yeah, it's a good thing that he's a captain now. I think he will finally have the chance to like put his dedication to the test. As for myself, I guess. I guess I was a captain for 4 seasons if you're counting IDL, and was captain once for GDA. Okay, I'll not count the other leagues for now. But yeah, I was a captain like for WDL for oh, it was 5. Never mind. It was 3 seasons in WDL, or 2.5 if you want to look at it that way. I believe that like I was pretty solid as a captain for the first 2 seasons, so I'm not like too worried about how I'll perform coming back. And considering I've been playing the league for the past 2 seasons, and I've like regained my skill because I was kind of gone for a long time, I believe I should do fine. Yeah, that's all I had to say.
I agree. I'm glad that you're excited about it too. I mean, anybody's got a chance this season. Um, so I wanted to kind of jump into some of the players here.
Of course.
You know, so last season, like I said, there were like 41 free agents. I'm not sure that we were able to see a lot of the people that ended up in free agency. I think, like all seasons, there's a couple people that just sign up and sort of fall into the abyss. But a few people stood out to me, and they're not necessarily new to last season, but just people that had a good season last season, where previously they did not necessarily. I wanted to give a little shout outs to Infer. We had our hero Skull Rush, Solar, the Myonic Donut, as well as Unknown. And those are just people, I'm sure there are others, but those are just the people that signed up last season, had a good season last season, and now they're returning. So for me, I'm going to talk a little bit about Unknown and our hero just because I played with them. I think they really improved over the course of the season. So I'm glad that I'm glad that they signed up again. They showed a lot of willingness to practice despite the fact that we did not have a great season. I mean, we didn't win any games, but our hero improved quite a bit from week 1 to week 5, and so did Unknown. So I think those guys they have a shot to be solid thirds, and even more. If they can practice some more. So I was really happy to see that because it's kind of like this huge influx happened last fall where we just started to get a whole bunch of new players. That's not really something we've seen in a while, so I'm happy about that. And then, of course, on the sign up list this season,
Mhm.
we've got a few other new people. Langrenus is one.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, I'm excited.
I think one thing that's kind of overlooked in in SXP last season is that, as you said, Hero and Unknown, those two, they have improved a lot, especially our hero because he's played more compared to Unknown. But like At the beginning of the season, they were like at a certain skill level, but by the end of that season, I think they went up like 2 or 3 notches. I think Hero is a pretty capable runner now, and I wouldn't be able to say the same if he was at the same level as he was at the beginning of last season. And one more thing to note is that even though like SXP had the record it did, I think SXP still had a couple of close games, like namely that match against them on map 10. Remember that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that was a
Like,
fun game.
that game was like really close, and them was playing with their main lineup. It was like Root, Turska, and Stark, and you guys like Bones, Hero, and Unknown, you guys put up a real fight against them, and them is like really, really, really strong team. Like they
Mhm.
almost like it was a single flag difference that they lost the semifinals. That should be a testament to like
Yeah.
how powerful they were. So I think more than anything, these players they should continue to improve this season, and I'm excited. I hope they get drafted, like both of them, some of the new guys as well.
Yeah, and I just didn't want everyone to get caught up in like our record. I wanted them to take a look at their accomplishments over the season, and like you said, we had some close games, and and even who did I mention before? Even people like Infer. I don't think that Infer on your team was necessarily like the designated third. I mean, when we played you guys, I think we played like week 2, and you had Godlike. So Infer kind of made his mark in the finals as my MVP pick. So there's people like that where you just got to look like don't necessarily look at the record, but look at the work that they put in throughout the season.
Yes, absolutely. And the nature of the WDL, like you can be number one season and then that last the other. It's just how crazy Ocean Draft is.
Been there.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much it, really.
Yeah, I mean, really, the auction draft. Everyone's had a bad season with it so far, right? I mean, um, I had a team had 1 win. You had a team that had 0 wins. Zach, Zachin actually exploded a team and disappeared from the league for a couple of years. And Stab has a bad team every season. So yeah, I mean,
He does
Yeah.
not look abused.
yeah, but actually, since we're talking about if I could jump in here, talk about players that
Yeah.
maybe are going to go under the radar. Last season, Solar, obviously, I got him after you had dropped him.
Yeah,
And
and I didn't drop him because of his performance either. It was just a compatibility thing, and he
Yeah.
did really well for you.
yeah, great player. Couldn't recommend him enough. Skull Rush as well. Did started as our 4th last season. I mean, basically became a starting third. We were switching him and Solar in and out. So he definitely has earned a look, I think, from, if not me, the other 7 captains for sure. As long as you're going to use him correctly. I mean, you got to put him in a spot where he can succeed. But he's pretty slick, and he knows what he's doing. He just needs a little help sometimes. So, and he's only going to get better and better. So I would definitely recommend both of those guys.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
Solar. Solar's from Mexico, by the way. I saw Solar USA in the sheet, and that's incorrect. He's from Mexico.
You're
Gotcha.
right. Someone else put those together. I will fix that.
Sorry.
I
Stab.
mean, those Mexican players, like they always play in pretty much the same time zones as the Americans, so it's kind of like sometimes it can trick us, you know. So you can think, oh, they're Americans just like us, but no.
and then there's some new guys that didn't play last season. Do you want to get into them?
Yeah, go
Some
for
of
it.
the free agents this year that either didn't play last year or this is their very first WDL season. Like Hugo signed up.
Hugo kicks ass.
Hugo's the best. I'm excited about that. He played with Zakin's team in that one-day tournament deal.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and he played really good.
Yeah, Hugo. I think Hugo's definitely like one of the part of the new era of runners. If you get what I'm saying, I think
Yeah,
Hugo might be like just one season away from like making some big improvements and like getting to the same levels like I don't know, Hero, maybe Infer, who knows. But I think he's a I don't know for how long Hugo has been playing, but I think he's definitely been on the rise and might be a worthwhile pick for any team.
yeah. I mean, he's been around forever on Z Damon, but now he's got a little bit of experience on Otomex with that one-day tournament, and just I think he's just helped us out in practices and prives and stuff before. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what happens with him. I am 1 HP U0. I don't know how many seasons he did play with us, but I know it's like 3-ish or something. But he's returning after a little bit of a layoff. Good player. And let's see who else here. Metal Guy's back again, and has been hanging around playing practices and stuff. So I hope he gets a chance, and if he doesn't get drafted onto a team, that he sticks around and continues to work. ALMN is an old UD
Alum.
member, and what's that?
Alum. We call him Alum.
Yeah.
Like just kind of just slur
Yeah,
the
somehow even being in UD now, I never ran across paths with Alum, and I don't know. He's a funny guy, but also apparently really
UD's a
good at
big
Doom.
clan. UD's a big clan. It happens.
Yeah, whatever. But he was playing in some prives and surprising some people. So I don't know, man. I'm looking at him as kind of under the radar dark horse pick to definitely make a team as a fourth or even a third, and maybe really become a factor. I don't know. He was that good. So yeah. Anybody else want to bring up some more people? Oh, Weltall as well. He's played in Z Damon for years, and he's a really skilled fragger. Haven't seen him showing up to Prive a lot, but he's somebody that, and if his skills did transfer from that port to this port, would be very interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that. Someone had reached out to me and said that Langrenus, our first Serbian player, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yes, that is correct.
So someone had told me that he's a good under the radar player, and
Oh yeah, he's a strong fragger.
but I haven't even seen him play one game in our prives, even though he's coming from that like I guess the GDA world, GFA,
generally
GDA, whatever it's called now. But
generally, it's kind of. Oh, okay, go ahead.
so yeah, my advice would be if you sign up, you definitely want to play with us to make sure that we know who you are,
Right.
even if you're good or not, because maybe he is good, but I don't know. I've never seen him, so it makes it a real shot in the dark to draft him.
Well, it's interesting too. Last season, I know you mentioned this to me because I picked up Zoltar for like a day, and it was right before I think Ty dropped Dranzer, so I just switched Zoltar out. But he was playing under the name Ass Goblin, and you told me that you just thought that was Goblin. And if he had been playing under his regular name, maybe someone would have picked him up, which is true. I mean, if you come around and you think people on Zandronum know who you are, like under some random name, and then you come to Otomex and nobody knows you. Nobody knows that you're a player in the free agency and you're pretty good. You're probably not going to get picked up. So if you just kind of sign up and you don't really make yourself known, then your chances are not too great.
Yeah, definitely use your name and play. Yeah, keep using that name.
Yeah, I really can't recommend enough that people stop changing their names every day. We gotta know who you are. For sure.
It doesn't really happen often nowadays. It used to happen all the time, like 5, 6 years ago.
Oh, half of
People
my
would hate this. People would
AOL
hate
Messenger list was half my friends list was Zanero because he would change his name every fucking 3 days.
this.
True. That's true. A Goonie.
Yeah,
Star
but
Gunner.
these days doesn't happen. Doesn't really happen though. So I'm glad that's something that's changed in our culture, I would say.
But yeah, I mean, even to further my point, I tried looking for Zoltar to see if he would sign up this season, but I couldn't find him. He could be somebody else. I don't know. He could be Ty. I really don't know. But I
I
couldn't
think
find him.
yeah, I think he knows. Like people have he's in LF, right? And people talk about WDL every now and then in the channel, so I'm pretty sure he has not missed it. He's just maybe didn't want to play.
Yeah. Well, so let's jump into the schedule this season. I don't know if the WAD is
Oh
totally
boy.
complete yet, but we do have a new addition in there for week 2. But let me just go through the schedule real quick.
More
Week 1
than
is map 24. Week 2 is the new map 1. Week 3 is map 12. Week 4 is map
Mhm.
7. Week 5 is map 14. So what's kind of interesting to me, I might be wrong, but I don't recall ever playing map 12 in the WDL. I
It
don't
was played
recall.
once.
Okay, once. So it's only
Early
been played once.
long time ago, like season 2.
Okay.
So been a couple of years.
Map 7, I don't think was
was
played in
season
the
3.
regular season.
Yeah.
Map 1 is new, so we've got 3 maps that people really haven't played, and they're stuck right in the middle. They're sandwiched in between good old map 24, which has been it was used a lot a couple seasons ago in the WDL, kind of fallen out. Now it's back, and map 14, which was it was Ross King's home field when he was the 1 seed a couple seasons ago. So I like the balance of it. Map 24 is familiar to everyone, so it's a good map to get started off with, and then you just kind of throw you into the fire there on map 1. Map 12, to me, map 12 is like a more advanced version of sewers. Like I don't even know if you can have a strategy on that map. It's just sometimes it's just completely random to me. Map 7, I don't know. I've only played that map in Prive. I really haven't played that map 3v3, so that should be interesting. But um, I think it's better than like map 19, for example, that was just removed. I think they're kind of similar, but I think map 7's maybe a bit of an upgrade. And then map 14 was the infamous game that I played against DS's team, where he rocket jumped himself off a wall and got bounced back and went nuts. So that's always a fun map to play. But I really
Yeah.
like the schedule.
Yeah.
I think
This schedule Yeah, this schedule is very interesting. There's from my perspective at least, there are 4 maps that I haven't played because map 14 was playing in one of the seasons I was away from. But yeah, it's gonna be like I'll have to learn a whole bunch of maps now. There's like okay, maybe 2 or 3 maps that I know in this schedule, but yeah, week 1, map 24. I actually like this map. I think not many people really enjoy map 24, but I don't really see like what's to dislike about it. It was uh it was the map for the final match in season 2. It was my team against Water's team. That was also like the last season where we still had a fixed map for the finals, for the championship before we implemented the whole home fields thing. And I think that map is like it can be. It's kind of like map 08, I would say, because it can be slowed down to a crawl, but depending on who's playing, it can also be play like a lot of caps happening all the time. So I think it's a very dynamic map, and there's a lot of things that can happen. Okay, for map 1, I really like the new map 1. Like it's got that kind of simplicity that the old map 1 had, but it's also like it also has a more elaborate mid. I would say. Like there's some cover here and there. There's stairs, mix things up because we all love doing stairs, right? And okay, map 12. Map 12 is interesting to say the least. I like Bone said, like the strategies in that map are very hazy and difficult to grasp. I still remember map 12 as like the one map in the longest Master Bowl of all time in the IDL. Sure, Bones remembers. It was
Oh
Bones
yeah.
versus
I can never
Styles
get out of
team.
a fucking finals in 3 rounds. It's always got to go to like 7.
That game was awesome, but the server was like there was a lot of people watching. It was insane. Okay, Maple 7. Maple 7 it was in IDL in the last IDL season. So but it was never in the WDL. But recalling the little bit that I still remember from the IDL season, it's a very fast-paced map. Like caps can easily happen in that map. I see most matches ending up with like some team scoring 5 flags. It's kind of like it's kind of a small map, but in some regards it may be similar to 31. It's in those sense it's like, oh, you spawn here and then 2 seconds later you're already in the enemy base. But I think it helps runners more in the sense that it has more cover in the bases. Like the bases have those pillars all over the place, which helps runners a lot. It's not like completely open like map 31, right? Safe for that building. But yeah, I think it will be like a week where runners will have to like really show up. And lastly, map 14, I actually have no idea how map 14 plays. It doesn't look like a map I would be very good at. But we will have to see. It'll be week 5, so hopefully I'll be in a good enough standing to not have to worry too much about it.
All right, so I'll talk about this stuff real quick.
Mhm.
I'll be about 10 times faster though. So
Okay.
yeah, when we were
Yeah.
putting the schedule together, we were kind of switching some things in and out. Here's the way I looked at it. We basically have two kind of forgiving defensive maps. Map 24, the first week for sure. We got new captains. Try and ease them in a little bit. And probably, I would say, map 14 sometimes fits this bill. But really, map 7 is going to probably be the mirror on that. The newer map seems offensive with map 14, and then map 12 in week 3. The reason I put that there is that's the most team-centric map in the schedule. So we have, an item control right in mid. You have to time, very important in the map, and it's probably the hardest map in the schedule. So put it right in the middle. Team's got 2 weeks to kind of get it together and figure it out before they have to deal with that one. So that's pretty much kind of the way I was setting the schedule up. Try to make it symmetrical, not too offensive, not too defensive. Nice mix. I'm done.
Yeah, and you and I
That's-
were talking about it, and you brought up a good point that they have a nice like week to week balance of not being like the same map repeated. Like it kind of goes like week 1, there's like it's kind of like a choke point map, right there at mid, and then week 2 has kind of like a big expansive mid, and then week 3 again another sort of choke point right in the middle with the soul, and then week 4 once again just kind of wide open, and then week 5 well, I don't know, there's not much of a mid in week 5 really, or map 14, but yeah, I don't know, it's a nice balancing. It's not going to be all defensive grindy maps, and it's not going to be all super offensive. It's a good mix, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
I like schedules that like play to every role strengths. That's kind of how it should be. That's kind of like how every WDL season has been. So good job to Rofus for putting up yet another good schedule.
Indeed.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Go me. Nobody
go
has helped
Ralph.
me ever put
Yeah.
a schedule together. So
um,
I like last season's schedule, by the way. I don't think Ralph was in charge of that one, but yeah, I like that schedule as well. No offense to anybody.
well, I mean, the good thing that came out of last season, I thought, was Bad Moon. I mean,
Yes.
even
Oh
know,
yeah.
no
you know what? You lead
proven-
me into a good point I'm going to make right now. I'm
Go.
going to get on my soapbox. Okay. People. All right. So you asked earlier if the WOD's finished. Not entirely finished. We'll probably put a final one out in the next day or two. A lot of the maps came out. People didn't even really care for. So there's a little bit of rumbling and complaining about the new stuff. The truth is you got to give it. Oh, let me finish. You got to give it a shot in 3 versus 3 a couple times before you can really decide on what a map is. Because
Thank you.
last season, map 28, people hated it. They said it was shit. They said we should take it out of the WOD before we even finished it, and it ended up being one of the best weeks of the season. So you got to
And
give
who
it
had the balls
chance.
to put it in the
Hey.
schedule? That was me.
Sure, good. Well, so I had the balls to put some new maps in this season. We'll see how they
I'm
go.
with you.
Some are going to stick, some aren't. Yeah, I mean, we're just trying some new stuff. So
Yeah, man.
I'm sure
If
that
you-
we're going to get a couple gems out of it. We always do.
I never thought 28 was bad, by the way. Just clearing myself out right there. Never thought 28 was bad. I just
Listen, I
thought it
didn't
could
make the
get
map. You could have
tedious.
hated it. You could have hated it now.
I just,
I didn't make the
I
map.
just, I just thought it could get tedious after like 5 matches. But yeah, while we were
What?
practicing it, but yeah,
Anyway,
yeah, true.
should we take a little 5-minute break here or wrap it up and then come back for the draft?
Yeah, I was gonna kick it over to Ralph, see if he had anything else to say. We're still gonna get all the captains together and corral everything, and
Sure.
we should be ready to go here. Probably, I would say, what, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe. So, yeah, if you want one of the final words here on the pre-draft.
Yeah. So I gotta say, another season. We hit 8 teams pretty easily. It looks like that's 3 in a row. I mean, that's pretty awesome. We're going into our second year of it now. So this was something that we wanted to do. Maybe next year we can reach for 10. Maybe. Yeah.
People
I mean,
got a
I'm
captain.
excited.
We want 10 teams.
Yep. I think that we're gonna have a good one, and I think that the new captains, I think they're gonna do better than some people probably think. So I think it'll be a good season, and let's do the draft and start to find out.
All right, so this is what's going to happen. We're going to take a little bit of a break. You guys can stay on here if you want to talk through the draft or whatever.
I think I'll do that.
We got Ralph set up.
Remember,
here.
we're not trying to have a 10-hour draft, Sakin, so keep it brief.
Well, whenever Ty's drafting, things always seem to expand to just a little bit longer than they should. But so we got Ralph here. He's got this little draft selection screen. He's going to keep that up on his screen, and then I'm going to put up the IRC channel on mine, so we can just switch back and forth, so that everyone watching can see what's going on in the IRC channel, and then you can see. It's actually good for the captains too. You can see your own budget and who's been picked and who's up next, and who's still left in free agency. So it's kind of a cool little system we got going here. Jay Warrior has graciously agreed to be our moderator, so he'll be coming on here, and not only will he be typing going once, going twice in the channel, but he'll be saying it out loud for anyone listening.
Oh,
so
Alpha was going to do that. Sorry, Alpha. Thank you for saying that you would.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thanks, guys.
But
yeah,
so yeah.
Ty's the one with the stigma of being a slow pick, not me. What the heck?
All
well,
shut up for a second.
Oh, it's just that you talk forever. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. But I'll keep it brief in the draft. All business.
Well, I always find it hard to talk and extrapolate when I'm fucking trying to draft people, but I guess that's just me.
Yeah, I say to discuss for like after the draft is over. Don't want to kind of like mess with the other captains' heads as the draft is going.
All right, I'll be right back, guys.
Right.
All right. Yeah, so we're just trying to corral all the captains here
But
together.
we're still in the air, right?
We are still in the air.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I know when I can start talking shit.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna stay on the air throughout the whole thing. So
Hmm.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
we can hear you.
Jabbar. Yeah, we can.
Excellent. I'm on and ready.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Fortnite, not
Michael, we're
Fortnite.
alive. I was expecting to hear more of Zachin's voice here. What's going on?
Oh, my bad. Oh, I'm excited for the draft. There's slightly less people in the free agency compared to last season, but we'll make it work. I think there's still gonna be plenty of strong teams, some stacked teams, some not so stacked teams. But well, the draft doesn't decide everything, you know. I mean, every team is gonna look strong on paper. That's how good we are, but
I wanted to put a shout out to a player that wasn't mentioned. He's a
yeah.
new player to the season as well, but he's not a new player at all. Quicksilver played with that
Oh,
guy back in 2004, 2005. It's been a long time since I've seen him around, but he
yeah.
was a really good player.
Quicksilver. He was around at the very first WDL. I remember. I remember he's signing up, but kind of vanished up until one night he just came around and was like, "Yo, I'm signing up."
Well, hopefully he sticks around and actually plays a little this season. That'd be great.
Yeah. I know there's some people among those that kind of some of those people that are not around a lot. I know that they can show up when they need to. Just need to trust, you know. Need to trust depending on who they are. This schedule is definitely going to be interesting, especially the
YouTube.
matchups as well. The matchups will be certainly interesting. Of course, as per usual in 18 seasons, there's two teams you do not face. In my case, personally, I don't play Bones and I don't play Ty. Yeah. Okay, so Ty and Bones, those are the two caps I don't play in the regular season. But everybody else I'll get a shot at. Every other captain will have two teams they don't face, pretty much. Perhaps they will take that into account when drafting teams. Maybe they'll draft people who can counter the few captains they will face or whatnot. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't face Cab or Stab. Cab and Stab. I
Yeah,
feel like
I
that was
play.
the same last season. Just
Yeah,
bad luck.
I.
Cab and stab.
Oh yeah, speaking of, let's see which teams I played that I did not play last season. Okay, I played Cab last season. I played Stab. Did we play Ralph? Yeah, we did on week 3. I guess. Oh, the only two we didn't play in the regular season was Razor and Sparrow because they were both on the same team, and we did not play TPT in the previous season. We played them in the playoffs though, but not on the regular season. So I'm definitely looking forward to the new matchups in the last 2 weeks. I was looking forward to play Bones again because we're kind of rivals in a sense, but oh, we'll have to see. Maybe we'll face each other off in the playoffs. That is, if we both make it. I mean, anything can happen.
Maybe.
Yeah. hopefully we face each other. I'll be banking on that.
Definitely a good chance with the 8 teams, 6 teams make it to the playoffs.
Yeah. I think last season was pretty damn even, if you ask me. Like the top three teams were all 4-1. Like if we still went with IDL standards of just like WLT, then they will all like have to do tiebreakers to see who would end up first. But thanks to WDL's point system, it was easier to like distinguish who would be first, second, or third. I think even like Devastation's hype, like that team hype, even that team was like kind of decent. I mean, I believe they did win the first game against them, which is pretty impressive. Then again, in week one, a lot of upsets happened. If we think about it, it was map 21, right? And a lot of games didn't go as expected. So yeah. Yeah, there's probably only like maybe 2 or 3 maps I didn't like among the new ones. I was kind of hoping there would be like more than one new map in the schedule. I mean, as in a new map from the 2018 one, not a new map that has been around for years and just didn't get picked for a schedule. Yeah, I was hoping we would get to play like I don't know, maybe 15. Even talked to Ralph about it. He was all like, oh, maybe next season. So yeah, there's fun to be had in like playing bad maps, so to speak, like trying to learn the whole process of learning how to play a certain map, how to play defense or middle or offense. How
What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, I muted him. Sorry.
Oh, you muted him for everyone.
Oh, whoops. Hey.
okay, unmute me. Did I? Okay,
Sorry. You were just like, I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
I couldn't concentrate, so I tried to mute you.
Sorry.
Apparently, I muted you for everyone.
No, but when
nice.
did you mute me? Like just now or for a few minutes because I wasn't looking?
No, it was during that long speech you were giving that no one was listening to.
Oh, come on! don't bully me like this. I've had a bad day today. Why you gotta do me like this,
Dude? It was a mistake. I'm sorry.
All right, well,
It was only for a little bit.
ready.
No,
Everyone's
I'm not upset. I'm just
On his own.
confused as usual.
My bad.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I forgive. I'll forgive after I beat your ass this season. Stop. Bank on it, buddy.
Yeah, we'll see.
I forgot what I was talking about. God damn it.
All right. So what's the plan?
We're ready to go. I mean,
Yeah, we are ready.
J Warrior's here. Everyone's ready, right?
Apparently, Ty just got back.
Okay, Tire Cab, Sparrow, Razor.
Do you want to do a quick roll call?
Yeah,
You can do
well,
another
okay.
one. I mean, we know Ty's here. I'm here. Bones is here.
Zach is here.
looks like
Rosking's
pretty much
here.
everyone's here.
I think everyone's here, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, so let's waste no time. Let's get started, shall we?
You're here, right, Zach?
Uh huh.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. No
No,
longer
the
muted.
real Zach.
The real Zach.
No, the real Zach.
Oh, Zach. Oh, okay. Damn, this
Yes.
is confusing, man. Just call him Bones.
Call you Bones. That's what to do.
Ooh.
Little bitch.
Oh, Dev's asking me a question. Why did I choose BSK as a team name? Oh, I was a captain for BSK in IDL for 2 seasons. I always liked the team name, especially considering like Genova's BSK, Bones' BSK was like some of my main inspirations as players. And the reason I didn't just go with SDC from early WDL is that like I'm kind of wanted this to be like a fresh new start in the league as a captain because like
Fresh new
things are
start, so I'm
really,
gonna pick a used team name.
Okay.
yeah,
Sorry,
Let's,
I like it.
it's really a joke,
alright.
but
Yeah.
Josh, can you get us going here? Type in IRC, start talking. Let's just start.
believe
Okay,
we're
so-
ready to go.
Let's see here. How do I get to Ralph's thing? All right. So first up in selection is Cab. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. We're doing an auction draft with the snake format. So once we complete 1 through 8, we'll go back around. So it looks like everybody's ready to go. So I'm going to
Yep.
go ahead and put up the nomination. Looks like Ross King's already beat me to it. He's nominating Jake for $1.
Okay.
Zach went 2. Bones 4. Razor jumped in with 5. Back to Ralph's 6. We've jumped up to 15. Well, look at Zach. And
Yeah.
all right. Well, never mind. Stab of 16. Tie 17. Razor 18. Going once. Zach can bounce it to 19. Tie 20. Going once. Zach can back in here with 21. Going once. Went twice. Tie 22. That's going once. Going twice. Second with 24. He really wants him. Look at that. All right. Going once. Going twice. Tie 25. This is getting dramatic, boys. Going once. Going twice. Sold. Tie $25. First pick going for 25. Tie now has $5 left. But we'll discuss that later. We're gonna go right
Go
to
for that much.
Bones. Bones, you're up.
Yeah, let's save the chit chat for after the draft is over.
And Bones has nominated myself for $1. Razor 2. Ralphus jumps to 15. Look at Ralphus. 16. 20 for Ralphus. All right, going once. Going twice. And sold to Ralphus, 20.
Huh. Okay. Good.
Silly
Suck
people.
is back.
Silly people.
Okay, well, he's updating the spreadsheet. Ralphus actually gets the next pick. He's got $10 left, and we're going to carry
Okay.
on.
I will throw up. Let's see here. I will throw up Hugo for $1.
We have Hugo for 1. Going once. Going twice. And sold. Ralph has acquired his third player already. Leaving him with $9. Wait for the spreadsheet
Hugo is
here.
the
All
best.
right. Hugo has been
It's not
drafted.
Hugo.
That's good.
It's
Look
not.
at that.
It's not just Hugo. It's Hugo XDS. It's in his sign up.
Well, I think I saw a video that he had 4 million views, something like that. So Hugo does rule. All right, let's move on. Next up is Stab. Stab, who are you gonna nominate? Stab nominates Turska for $1. Razor bumps it to 2. Stab back to 3. Razor 4. Looks like it's a bidding war between the two captains here. Oh, Cab jumps in, $10. 12 to Razor. Turska to Razor for $12. Going once. Turska to Razor for $12. Going twice. Cab jumps in, 13. Razor back to 14. Going once. Back to Cab, 14. He
He had to
bumps
go
his own
15.
bid. All right. Razor 16.
Yeah, he meant. Oh,
20 to Cab.
Yeah.
21 to Razor. Going once. Turska for $21 to Razor. Going twice. Turska to Razor for $21. Sold. Razor collects his first teammate. And that leaves him with $9. So waiting on the spreadsheet update here. Make sure we're all on the same page. Everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, I can see it updating. So next up for a draft is, let's see who put that one up. That was Stab. We're at tie now. Ty, you get your first nomination here. You only have $5 left, so definitely not going to go high on this one.
this is the part where we wait for Ty.
Okay, Ty is here. Let's see who's he going to nominate. And Ty nominates Stark for $1. Ralphus puts $9, which is the remainder of his cash. Stab him immediately beats out Ralphus with 10. All right, Stark to Stab for $10 going once. Going twice. Stark for $10 to Stab. Sold. Wow. Surprised. Stark is a very consistent player on the WDL, and for him to go $10, I feel like that's a steal. Okay, well, we'll move on. Zakin is the next up to pick here. Who are you going to put up on the board? Dragon for $1. Wow, Sparrow immediately buys him $28. That was quick. So we did get another $28 pick. I kind of wish I had the seconds logged in my IRC so that I could see how quickly that was going, because that was a very fast. All right. We're going to move on to Razor. Razor gets the next selection here. All right. Razor has nominated Devastation for $1. Ralphus for $9. Devastation, $9. Going once. Devastation for, okay, there we go. Cab has eliminated Ralphus from selection here by going for $10. Going once. Devastation for $10 to Cab. Zakin jumps in 11. Going once. Cab ups his pick amount for to 15. Let's see what he has for cash. All right, going once. Devastation to Cab for 15. Stab jumps in with 16. Devastation to Stab for 16. Going once. Cab bumps to 18. Going once. Going twice. That bumps to 19. Going once. Devastation to Stab for $19. Going twice. And sold. Leaving Stab with $1. Okay, last up in this round, we have Disperal, who only has $2 remaining. Disperal nominates Infer for $1. There we go. Okay, Zakin has eliminated Disperal from that. Bumping it to 2. Ralphus to 3. In for $3. Razor 4. Ty 5. Ty can't make that bid. Sorry, Razor 4. Razor 4 going once. Zach and 9. In for to Zach and for 9. Oh, there we go. Cab jumps in 10. In for 2 Cab for $10. Going once. Zach and jumps in 12. Both these captains still have their full budget available to them, so this could go pretty good. I'm going to go with going once here. In for 2 Cab for $15. Going once. In for 2 Cab for $15 going twice. Zach and jumps in with 17. Going once. Going twice. Cab bumps to 19. In for 2 Cab for $19 going once. Going twice. Zach bumps to 20. Going once. Going twice. Cab bumps to 22. In for 2 Cab for $22 going once. Going twice. And sold. Ross King has picked up his first teammate for $22. Congratulations to Enfer, you've earned that. You played really well last season. All right, before I go ahead and move to the next round, I'm just going to do a recap of what the captain's budgets are. We have Ross King, who has picked up Infer. He has $8 remaining. Bones has nobody. He still has his full budget. Ralphus has acquired myself and Hugo. Stab has acquired Stark and Devastation, and he has $1 left to spend. Ty has acquired Caution, and he has $5 left. Zakin has no teammates and still has his full budget. Razor has acquired Turska for 21, leaving him with 9. And Sparrow has Dragon, 28, leaving him with 2. And next up, if everybody's ready, is Sparrow for another selection. Sparrow nominates Rude for $1. Ralph has put his full budget at 9. Zakin 10, Human Bones 11. Rude for 11, going to Human Bones, going once. Zakin jumps in, make that 12. Human Bones 15. Zakin 16. It's officially down to those two, so whoever outbids the other one wins this. Human Bones 19. Zakin 20. Rude to Zakin for $20. Human Bones 22. Going once. Going twice. Zakin bumps to 23. Rude to Zakin's team for $23. Going once. Human Bones 24. Going once. Going twice. And sold. It has gone to Human Bones Teams for $24. That leaves him with 6. Next up for selection is Razor. He nominates Daston for $1. Daston going once. Going twice. I bumps it to 2. Going once. Daston to Ty's team for $2. Going twice. Sold. And Ty has acquired his 3rd teammate. That leaves him with $3. Next up for nomination is Zakin. Zakin has purchased Dosu for $9. And that was a very smart captain play there. Okay, Ty is up for nomination. Okay, we're still waiting on Ty here, who will eventually make his bid. And he nominates Solar for $1. Solar going once. Ralphus bids 2. Going once. Going twice. Ralphus 9, since that's someone else's bid, I'm just going to go ahead and put it as sold. Ralphus completes his team with that selection. Okay, next up for nomination is Stab.
Oh shit!
You fuck.
What?
You just gave out the link to everybody for this.
Yeah, so he can see the fucking captains and shit.
It's on the stream. I show it on the stream.
Oh.
But now, well, whatever.
There's only like 6 people here, and most of them are in here.
There's 17 people viewing the stream that are gonna join up on this fucking.
Yo,
Whatever.
jump ship, jump ship, jump ship. Let's start a new hangout.
All right. So anyway, let's just continue.
Yeah, sorry. Bu- bu-
All right, Stab nominates Almond for $1.
Let's call him Almond.
Matt to Stab for $1 going once. Going twice. And sold. And that completes Stab's team. Okay, next up for nomination, since Ralphus has already completed his team, would be Human Bones. Human Bones nominates Denzoer for $1. And Zakin purchases him for $9. The perks of having all the cash. Okay, next up for selection would be Rosking. Rosking nominates Stranzer for $1. Human Bones bumps it to 5. Going once. That bumps to 6. Stranzer going to Rosking. Razor bumps in $7. Stranzer going once. Going twice. Gab bumps it to. Well, no, he can't do that. He does not have the funds available. So, Razor going once, going twice, and sold. Brander has been purchased by Razor's team for $7. And that completes round 2. During that round, we have 2 teams that were completed. Suck has J Warrior, myself, Hugo, and Solar. GPS has Stark, Devastation, and however you pronounce his name, I think we're all coming up with the wrong pronunciation, but his name is Matt.
He's a cashew.
As for what the budgets are, Cab has only 1 selection. He has Infer. He has $8 remaining. Bones has 1 selection. Rude. He has $6 remaining. Ty has Caution and Aston. He has $3 left for his last pick. Zakin has Dosu and Denzoa. He has $12 left. Razor has Turska and Dranzer. He has $2 left. And Dispearl has Dragon with $2 remaining. And Cab is up for the next selection. He nominates Legion for $1. Razor bumps to 2. Going once. Bones outbids Razor by bumping to 3. Going once. Cab bids $5. Legion for 5. Going once. Going twice. And sold. Cab has purchased Legion for $5. Okay, Human Bones is next. You're up for a selection. Human Bones has put up Tony for $5. Only Zakin can outbid him. Tony going once for $5. Going twice. And sold. Human Bones has acquired Tony for $5. Next up for selection is Ty. He's consistent. All right, while we wait for Ty, The free agency list consists of Alpha, I'm 1 HP, U0, Langrenus, Metal Guy, our hero. Breaking news, guys! We have a bid for Skull Rush from $1 by Ty. Skull Rush for $1 going once. Going twice. And sold. Ty has completed his team by acquiring Skull Rush. Next up for selection is Zakin. And Zakin has purchased our hero to complete his team. Our hero went to Zakin for $3. Okay, next up is Razor. Razor nominates Pero for $2. Pero for $2 to Razor, going once. Pero for $2 to Razor, going twice. And sold. And that completes Razor's team. It is now Dispearl's time. He gets to make back-to-back selections here. Okay, Dispearl nominates Langrenus for $1. Ling going once. Going twice. And sold. And you're up again. Nominates I'm 1 HP. For $1. Going once. Going twice. and sold. He has acquired the last member of his team. Let's see who is next. Actually, Bones is the next up. Bones nominates Unknown for $1. Only captains left is Bones and Cab. Unknown going once. And twice. And sold. I think we already know what's happening with the last pick here. Ross King purchases TMD for $2. And that completes our draft. So just a recap on the last two, we have Unknown being picked up by Human Bones for $1, and Ross King went ahead and bought TMD for the last $2 of his budget.
All right. Well, it's done.
That was a pretty solid draft. What does everyone think?
Pretty good. Pretty balanced
Yeah.
teams, and there's actually some really good guys in free agency. I wouldn't be surprised to see anything happen within the next minute.
Yeah, I think everybody came away with a solid team. That I'm looking at all of them, and I'm just like, yeah, I mean, I'm not looking like forward to playing any of these guys.
Yeah, I think the thing that threw me kind of off was Disparel going for 28 for Dragon. Not that I disagree with the move, but I think people are going to be surprised when they see you know how well they're good friends, Disparel and Dragon, and like Ralph said on the pre-draft, Langrenus is kind of one of those under the radar players. Although we don't know how he plays on Oda, but on Zan he's pretty strong. So I think that was Disparel's best move there to get Lang as their third. So and I am 1 HP U0 is always good too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not
back.
This draft.
would not be surprised to see Alpha get picked up here. Metal Guy's been kicking around. There's definitely some talent and some projects in here for sure. Mondo, Tsunami, he's been playing a lot, trying to get going. So I just want to say to anyone watching that didn't get drafted, last season, if you saw on my team, I will pick you up if you practice and you're better than our players. So make sure you're playing and practicing, because any of those 7 guys, I'll pick you up tonight if I think you're good enough. And that's the Superchargers.
Well, should we wrap it up?
I guess so. It's getting pretty quiet. I hear people like breathing heavily. It's getting weird in here.
sorry, no, I was typing. Yeah. So there is WDL season 9, the draft.
Season 9.
Season
Holy
9.
crap. Season 9.
We did a recap of the teams, right? Jay Warrior did that, didn't he?
I did not. I wanted to leave it
Oh,
for you
okay.
guys.
All right, so let's just before we sign off here, let's just go through and recap the teams. Ross King, his team is Ross King, Infer, Legion, and TMD. Human Bones, we got Human Bones, Rude, Tony, and Unknown. Ralphus is Ralphus, J Warrior, Hugo, and Solar. Alt Stab, Stark, Devastation, Almond. We got Ty, Caution, Daston, and Skull Rush. Zakin, Dosu, Denzoa, Hero. Razor, Turska, Dranzer, Pero. And Disparel, Dragon, Langrenus, and I am 1 HP 0. I agree. Very solid, balanced teams. But like you said, Ralph, I would not be surprised to see a few trades coming through here. So, or whether it's between teams or between the free agency.
All right, well, thanks everybody for doing the draft. I think it came out pretty well. We got 8 solid
Good job,
teams.
guys.
And to all captains listening, take this opportunity to go get your availabilities for week 1 since everybody is
Oh,
on and
sure.
watching,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
start submitting them to our league scheduler, AltStab.
Or Bones or Ralph.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe we can play some Prive.
Yeah,
let's
we
do
should
the
definitely do that. I'm gonna jump on TeamSpeak.
obligatory
Alright.
post-draft Prive.
Well, thanks for everyone. Thanks to everyone for helping out and listening, and let's go play some Prive. Week 1
Yo-
starts this week.
Yo, wait, Bones, don't
Yes.
don't leave. Don't leave. Need to talk to you.
Yes, I'm not going anywhere.